In this video, we are going to go over dialysis. So dialysis is the diffusion of small solute particles across a dialysis membrane. A dialysis membrane is a selectively permeable membrane. Solutes diffuse across the dialysis membrane from the hypertonic solution to the hypotonic solution until both solutions are isotonic. Cellophane is a type of dialysis membrane permeable to water, glucose, and small ions. So the green dots are sodium and chloride ions. So these are sodium and chloride ions. They can diffuse across the membrane into the beaker of the water until the concentration inside and outside of the cellophane bag is isotonic. The proteins are the red dots. They cannot diffuse across the membrane because they're a colloid, and therefore they stay in that bag. Hemodialysis removes smaller ions, waste products such as urea and creatinine, and excess water. It does not remove larger molecules, and ions are colloids. So hemodialysis, a person with less than 15% kidney function must undergo hemodialysis. It's typically a 5-hour treatment that occurs 3 times a week, and they have to do this until they can get a new kidney. Dialyzer, right here. So first, blood is removed from the body and pumped through a tube. It's inserted through a vein, pumped through a tube. The blood is pumped into a dialyzer. The dialyzer filters blood much like the kidney does, and then the filtered blood is returned back to the body. So the dialyzer contains an aqueous solution known as the dialysate. That it's similar in composition to filtered blood serum, but less concentrated relative to the patient's blood. So the patient's blood flows through a tube made of cellulose. You have your cellulose dialysis membrane. Ions and other solutes, such as urea and creatinine, diffuse through the cellulose membrane from the patient's blood, which is hypertonic, to the dialysate, which is the hypotonic solution. Remember, it is less concentrated. Urea and the creatinine waste products of the metabolism. By maintaining a pressure greater than the osmotic pressure of the blood, water from the dialysate cannot enter the blood by osmosis, and excess water can be removed from the blood. So we have the patient blood that enters here. You have your cellulose dialysis membrane, and you can have and then your filtered blood exits, and then it goes back into the body after the waste material and excess water is removed. So dialysis is the diffusion of small solute particles through a dialysis membrane. Remember, dialysis is the diffusion of solute particles. Osmosis is the diffusion of the water. So remember the difference. Solutes diffuse from the hypertonic to the hypotonic solution until both solutions are isotonic. Hemodialysis removes waste products and excess water from the blood for patients with severe kidney disease.